Good morning. In the previous video, I explained operation IO, operation of port 0 as an input output. In this lecture video, I'm going to explain operation of port 0 as a bidirectional data address pin. So when port 0 is used as an address bar data bus to external memory. So as you know, control signal 1 means so just address lines connected to gate pin of lower FET. That means when if the address pin is logic 1 on address bit, upper FET is on, lower FET is off, provides logic 1 to the pin. And if there is a logic 0 on the address bit, upper FET is off, lower FET is on and provides logic 0 to the pin. So after the address has been latched into external circuitry by an ALE pulse, bus turn around becomes a data bus. That means it behaves as both input and output. So port 0 reads data from external memory and must be configured as input, and logic 1 is automatically written by the internal control logic to make the port latch output pin. Okay. So we'll analyze this. As you know, to use this as address bar data, control signal must be 1. Okay. So if the address bit is 1, so this control signal is 1 input to the AND gate. If address bit is also 1, output of AND gate is 1. Thereby it makes upper FET on. And then see here address bit is 1, that is connected to NOT gate. Its output is 0, that is connected to lower FET. So output of NOT gate is 0, that is lower FET is off. So lower FET is open circuit, upper FET is short circuit. Okay. Thereby it provides 1 to the pin. So this VCC provides flows to the pin, it becomes 1. And then if the address bit is 0, okay, upper FET is off because output of AND gate is a 0. Okay, and then output of NOT gate is 1 because address bit is 0, it is connected to NOT gate, its output is 1, and that 1 is connected to lower FET, so lower FET is on, so lower FET is connected to a ground, so it provides a 0 to the pin, provides logic 0 at the pin. Okay, so this is about bidirectional IO, input as an output. I mean, when it is used as a data bus, it's supposed to behave as both input and output, and if it is used as an address pun, it behaves as only output port. So now we'll see port 1. Address is 9090, and these are the bit addresses 90 to 97 for port 1.0 to 1.7. In general, we say p1.x. See, it is very similar to port 0, only small changes are there. I mean, no alternate function, Again, it has a port latch. Internal bus is connected to D, and right latch is connected to clock pulse. Again, to read the latch, we use this buffer, read latch bit, and this is the pin, and only one FET. No dual function. So no dual function, that is why directly here no control logic, as we observed in the port 0, here no control logic. So output of latch is directly connected to gate of lower FET. Okay, and this is connected to port. So and to read the pin, so we use or read one more buffer. It is controlled by read pin data, and we have an internal FET. So in port 0 we have external FET, but here it is internal FET, internal pull-up resistor. FET circuit labeled as internal FET is a pull-up, is an active pull-up load. So it has no dual function. I mean, it is not used either as an address or as a data, no other function, only purely IO. Now let's verify when it is used as an input. Again, if the port pin to be used as an input, 1 must be written to the latch. When 1 is written, I mean D is equal to 1, Q is equal to 1, Q bar is equal to 0, lower FET is off. When lower FET is off, through pull-up, pin and input buffer are pulled high by low, FET low, I mean through this pull up resistor we make this is 1. So external circuit overcomes high impedance pull up. Drive pin low to input to 0 or leave input for high. When it is used as an output, again to write 1 to the pin. I mean in the previous case we read the pin, here we write the pin. Output means we write the data. So to write 1, see 1 means we make D is equal to 1, again Q is equal to 1, its complement is 0, that makes lower FET off, but upper FET is on. Upper FET is on. So pin drives input of external circuit through pull-up resistor. Again to write lower FET is on, mean to write 0, D is 0, Q is 0, Q bar is 1. So lower FET is on, upper FET is off. When it is on, makes a closed circuit, then 0 is available to the pin. So pin drives input of external circuit low through the ground pin. Okay, so this is about operation of port 1. Remember, port 1 there is no alternate function. It can be used as either input port pin or output port pin. And now we will see port 2. The address is A0 and these are the bit address A0, A1 up to A7, and this is the pin names P2.0 to P2.7, and in general we say it is P2.x. It is similar to port 0 operation, only the difference is alternate function is only high order address. There it is low order address per data, but here is only high order address. So pins are momentarily changed by control signal when supplying a high byte of address, and latch remains stable when external memory is addressed, because it is need not to be changed into bidirectional as in the case of port 0 when it is used as a address pins, since they do not have to be turned around for data pins. Again it has internal FET pull-up. One more difference between the port 0 and port 2 is port 0 doesn't have internal FET, but port 2 has internal FET. So this is the diagram. It is very similar to port 0, only one changes. Here we add address per data, but here only address. So whenever a control signal is 1, it is used as an address pin. Whenever the control signal is 0, it is used as IO pin. Okay. Apart from this, everything is same as port 0. Now we'll see port 3. This is the byte address, that is B0. These are the bit addresses B0, B1 up to B7, P3.0 to P3.7. So in general, P3.x. So it is similar to port 1. I mean only one function we use, port 1, IO input or output. It is similar to port 1 as an input or output. And input and output functions can be programmed under the control of port 3 latches or under the control of various other special function registers. And port 3 pins are used for alternate function as in the table. See, port 3.0 is used for RxD to receive the data serially, and the SFR corresponding to this is SBUF register, and similarly P3.1 TXD serial data out. Again the SFR register is SBUF, and INT0, INT1, it is corresponding SFR is TCON.1, TCON.3 timer control, and T0, T1 external timer 0 input, external timer 1 interrupt. So the special function registers for these pins are timer mode or registers, and the other two pins are read bar write. So this is for external memory, I mean external memory write pulse, external memory read pulse. So this is the diagram. This is the diagram. And here we in place of control logic we use one simple NAND gate. Simple NAND gate. Input to the NAND gate is uncomplemented output of latch and alternate output. Alternate output. Okay. So, apart from that, it is similar to port 1. It is similar to port 1. The difference is in port 1, complemented output of latch is connected to lower FET, but here output of NAND gate is connected to lower FET. Input of the NAND gate is alternate function and uncomplemented output of a latch, and it has internal FET. And here this is the buffer used to read the pin, and this is the buffer used to read the latch, and this is one more buffer to read alternate function. Apart from this, it is similar to port 1. So unlike port 0 and 2, which can have external addressing function and change all 8 port bits when in alternate use. But here, each pin of port may be individually programmed to be either as an input or as one of the alternate function. But here, that means either for port 0 and 2, used as a parallel port, we need to function all the 8 port pins. But here it is not like that, because individual pins are having individual other functions. There port 0, it is either address per data alternate function. So all the 8 pins supposed to be programmed either as an input or as an output. Similarly, port 2 alternate function is high order address pin. So all the 8 pins supposed to be programmed either as an input or output, but it's not like that in port 3. Okay, because individual pin has other functions. So individually it can be programmed as either input or as an alternate function. Okay, but thus IO functions are over. I'll continue in the next video. Thank you.